Namaste, beautiful beings of light. This is Belinda Pearl, and this is your daily oracle. So I'm just been looking at the day and seeing how the world and life is showing up. And it seems like that if we shifted our perceptions, instead of seeing what is all seemingly wrong with the world, if we shifted our perceptions to a mindset of gratitude, seeing that there's opportunity in all things for us to grow and to glean from the world too, that there's a wisdom that is being taught. So if we are in a place where we are healthy and we're strong, it gives us the opportunity to really focus on that gift of being healthy and strong. If we're in a place where we are dealing with some kind of extra stress because the world has created a dis-ease, which we see, and this dis-ease is affecting us, whether it is a disease of the body or a disease of the mind, or it's a disease within society, how can we move through that piece of seeing the gift that's there that is helping us grow? And most of us, I would say, well, I shouldn't say most of us, I say humanity is moving through a great karma. We are breaking down or bringing first to the surface the things that we haven't been quite doing right in the world with. And so all these karmas are coming up for us to see it purposely. And when we're in this process of seeing the karma, seeing the dis-ease, it's sometimes difficult to focus on the positive or the gratitude in the experience. But if we do take a higher perspective, a higher conscious perspective about the situation that's going on, we can start to see that there's actually something being gifted to us. And we are in this big evolutionary cycle. You know, we've been going through this, coming into this Aquarian age for a while. And when you, the way showers, you definitely met with resistance. And we can see the resistance in the world. And even the earth herself has been showing up, not specifically resistance. She's been showing up in her quaking, in her blowing, in her ferociousness, things that, because the earth's energy, the energy that's held by humanity has been off, if you will. It hasn't been in harmony. We definitely know it hasn't been in harmony with nature, and it's not been in harmony with each other. And so Earth then also feels the vibration of humanity, and in her expression, she creates these great wakes, or these great quakes, I should say, or these wakes of ocean water, if you will, or even landslides. And so these things have been coming up. It's been a long time showing up. And how do we move through this and find the light in this experience, especially if we, the way showers, showing a new path ahead? And so I've been getting this guidance about, like, how do we find the positive, find the gratitude in the experience of what we're going through? Now, generally, if we can look at life and start to look for small aspects within life that help us to focus our energy a little bit more instead of looking for the negative aspects. Humans are generally programmed just through society and through our entrainment to look, it's easier to complain about stuff, right? Versus to see the positive in all things. But how can we reattune ourselves? Get away from that old imprint of the old society of seeing the negative in everything, but see that no matter what shows up in the world, how can we find that positive aspect? So if you wake up in the morning, you can say, well, you know, the world's going to throw anything at me. How can I be prepared? Instead of going like blissfully into the world and say nothing can happen, and knowing that's, you know, nothing's clear in the world anyway. How can we move past these pieces that feel unclear? How can we move into life saying, okay, it doesn't matter what the world throws at me. In each experience, in each situation, I can find something that is positive and empowering, and that will help me get from one space to the next space. Hopefully all of this is making sense. I'm just allowing guidance to come through. So they ask us to look at how each of us, you, me, the world, can discover a little bit more positive attitude, a little bit more of a positive mindset, because if the world is quaking underneath us, is erupting in some way, because she's feeling the vibration of humanity too. even amongst the dis-ease that we are feeling in the world, whether it's mind or body, there's still also this vibration of what humanity is holding. There's an underlying dis-ease because we've been so downtrodden, we've forgotten what the positive is in the world because it's been taken so for granted. Actually, we think that we should be entitled to have that. And so all of this stuff is coming up for a very purposeful reason. I may be rambling, I'm not quite sure. But again, I'm just allowing guidance to come through. So how can we shift our mindset to see? Yesterday's oracle was about a completion of a cycle. We're coming through this completion of a cycle. Not that the energy is shifted from one thing and today's going to be next. This is guidance helping us move through into that next cycle with all the planetary alignments that are definitely causing some, I'll say them, issues or disturbances or delusions coming through. So we've seen them as delusions, and now it's starting to dissolve all these delusions. So these planetary alignments are helping us to move through to that next level of beingness. So let us see what guidance has for us today so we can move into that next level of beingness. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, breathing in and breathing out. We ask that guidance comes through. That guidance is crystal clear. And really in the space when I am shuffling this pack, I'm asking for the highest guidance. I'm asking for that which is most high to channel through me. So then as these cards are selected and the guidance that comes through, it's absolutely pure. Take another deep breath. Blow all the air out. And let us see what guidance. I see, we're talking about Earth. This is funny. Well, and I use the word funny because it's actually not quite funny. It's synchronicity. Gaia, Mother Earth, she's talking to us. So that vibration of what we're holding. And she's blowing. And this wind aspect, this activation of wind has come through. But she's asking us, she's Mother Gaia, wanting to nurture first her lands and her children. And so she's here. She's inside of her. She's got all of this amazing energy. She's got all these gifts that are here. And she's taking care of us. And so the way we can take care of her is to let go of all our negativity. Somebody was just saying early on, they live in Colorado, and they're just saying it's so amazing. They've seen more birds, they've seen more flowers, they've seen green tips to trees, which haven't been there in a long time. There's a sense as we're taking care of ourselves, relinquishing all the negativity. And some people say as we let go of our negativity, Mother Earth takes it and recycles it back through her mineral kingdom, creating this beautiful, luscious Mother Earth here. So she's taking care of us. It says nurturing. And all we need to do is relinquish our negativity. Literally, you can imagine in your mind that you're a tree, and as your body touches the earth, all that negativity that you're holding inside of you literally is dissolved into Mother Earth. And she wants to take that and recycle that back into loving light. And as you do that, there will be more space, more lightness inside of you. And so what we can do is we can start to fill ourselves up, that spaciousness, with more positive ideas, more positive energy. So maybe this is an idea, since guidance was kind of rambling in the beginning, wanting us to focus on this idea of finding the positive in the world. How can we look for see the flowers, see the clouds, see the beauty that's around us? It's always there. Mother Nature is always close by. Mother Gaia is always there. You just have to look up and you see the blue sky, or see a cloud, or the sunlight, or the moonlight, or a bird flying past, or hear the chirping of something, or the trickling of a stream. No matter how heavy life seems, take a moment to see if you can see the beauty, and all the stuff that you're feeling inside of you, let it just pour out of you. Pour out of you so you can fill yourself with this loving energy of Mother Gaia that gifts you every day. And there's this air, this ruach, this spirit, this Holy Spirit that wants to come through. Earlier on, and this week too, a card that was pulled was wind and activation. It was actually pulled in both my yoga classes, the yoga class on Tuesday and the yoga class on Thursday. The same exact card, which is then interesting. And then what I was seeing in that card today, what I didn't see on Tuesday, was one of the it was wind, and this looked like a rock formation, but the rock formation today looked like something funny. And I gave this example of Harry Potter, where they have doing that magic spell where something is your worst nightmare, if you will, your worst dream, if you will, and how that thing approaches you and how you can do this magic trick. And I was trying to remember what the words were for it. But if you do it, and how that thing changed into something funny, became something like something wicked. I can't even try and do it. Something about being ridiculous. That's all I remember. And it changes the energy of that. So when we start to find ourselves in a delusional space by negativity, how can we let that go and actually start to see something funny? And so that was what the card was showing me today. I picked it on Tuesday, and I didn't quite see the image what it was showing me today, which was taking what our negativities are and shifting that idea. When I first learned mind power, my teacher then, and this is way back when I was still an athlete, they said, take whatever seems like your biggest stress. So sometimes you think you're nervous, turn the nervousness into excitement. Rather change your idea about what it is. So let us relinquish, let us dissolve, let us let go of all our negativity and see if we can help humanity, see if we can help Mother Earth in her blossoming and her blooming, and see how the shifting of humanity can actually shift. And this is what's going to help raise humanity. And this is guidance telling me, they showed me the doorway. This is a doorway for humanity. When we bound together, that's when people meditate together, the energy lifts. If we do this, smiling every day, letting go of the negativity, focusing on the smallest things, the possible things, like looking outside the window and seeing the clouds or the blossom or the bird, or even a smile on a child's face or another person's face, or the twinkle in somebody's eye, or the twinkle in your own eye. Let us find that positive aspect within inside of ourselves and bring that all forward. So hopefully all that made sense. Mother Gaia is supporting us. She's nurturing us. She's here to feed us. So let us also be grateful for all that she gives us too. So hopefully that all made sense. So from my heart to yours, may you always be blessed. Namaste. And again, this is Belinda Pearl, and you can find me at belindapearl.com, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Namaste.